So I wanted to just do a little something quick for you guys, just because our last meeting, we were talking a lot about lash stuff. So some of you guys were really, adamant about your hand, placement and isolation and whatnot. So I wanted to make a quick video and show you guys a few helpful tips that I think would help you. So for starters, if you look here, my hand is open. Do you see how I'm holding the tweezers? And so let me just backtrack a little bit. That way we can see this. So first off, my isolation hand, I like to keep it open for the most part. It just helps me have control and stability. And I'm able to rest my wrist and my hand kind of around the curve of their head or their face or whatever. And so just to show you guys a little bit of how my hand looks when we're talking about isolation, and a quick tip. So depending on how the eye curves, you want to make sure the tweezers line up with that. So see how the tweezers are straight? Because we're in the middle of the eye, it's straight. So then if we're going for the inner corner, we need to rotate that tweezer and make sure that it is also going that direction. See? In the middle, we straighten it out. And then when we get over here to the end, you got a couple options. Most times I'll just push the lashes over so I can see all of those there, right? I'll push them over. But if we're going to go ahead and do it the OG way and really isolate, we have to make sure we're turning our hand and repositioning the tweezers. So see how they're going in the direction that the lashes are going. So you want to make sure your tweezers are lined up with the lash that you want to do. See that? So back in the middle, nice and straight. And then we're going to turn and make sure they're nice and straight to capture the inner ones. Okay? And see how my hand is open? It's open, and I'm only using 3 fingers to really hold these tweezers. Okay? That's it. My middle finger, my pointer, and my thumb. The rest are just open and resting on the side of her head. So that's how I hold mine. I don't have a fist. I'm not holding them strangely to where my wrist is bent. I'm using my pointer and my thumb or something like that. That's not what we're doing. We're using those 3 fingers, open hand, so that we can have control and actually rest our hand, and our hand can be comfortable. So I don't know how you guys are holding your hand when you're isolating and stuff, but that's a huge helpful tip that could make a difference if you are struggling. And I just want to tell you guys, remember to make sure that your tweezers are lining up with the lash you're isolating. So if we're going in the middle, there's no reason the tweezers need to be at an angle as if we're in the inner corner, and vice versa. There's no reason it should be at a weird angle like we're at the outer corner if we're trying to get a lash in the middle. So we just always want to make sure that the tweezers are going in the direction that the eye is curving also. It just makes it easier. It gives you a nice clear view to see your lash, right? So see that? It's right there in front of us. There's no guessing or trying to work around the tweezers or something because it's a strange angle. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. Also, let me know if you guys might be interested in like a quick workshop to work on fans or something. That's something I don't mind putting together. This is real-time lashing for me too. So I like to use a flower cup. That's what helps me get my fan together. And that's just the method that I prefer to use. Some people use the glue ring. I'm not really fond of that, but I do like this. All right, so hopefully that was kind of helpful. Okay, so it's just a matter of making sure your hand's comfortable and not being afraid to use the client. Use them, use their face, use their forehead, do whatever you need to do to be comfortable. And like I said, look, here my hand isn't open, but guess what? The tweezers are going in the direction that it needs to go. And then at some point I ended up opening them. So, you just kind of you got to get your flow and see what's comfortable for you and what works. And sometimes it's the person's face shape or head shape too that can kind of mess with things. There's some people I just can't have my hand open. I have to kind of have my two fingers. See how they're kind of tucked? There's some people where I'm working like that the whole time, simply just because of how their forehead shape, or just whatever, you know what I mean? So it's going to be difficult for everybody, but you just kind of got to get it how you live. And yeah. So again, I hope that this helped you guys, and y'all just let me know if you have any other questions.